चालू है माइक्रो. हाँ 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 हाँ. हाँ है. एक मिनट. है ना एसक्यूएल स्कूल. हाँ. हम्म, हाँ. डिटेल फिल करायला होते ना तो फोन नंबर. ओपन ऑन गूगल ओपनर ना. गो टू ओपनर.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
हाँ.
This creates total of 4 different tables. I just write here.
हाँ clearly.
Run the script in your Azure SQL database, not in SQL pool. Okay. Next,
माझा.
this script will auto configure 4 tables: type, customer, products, and sales. 4 different tables in this script. I'll mail you the script anyway.
एक मिनट.
The table should
हाँ
be
काय
ready.
मग ते इनवाइट मध्ये अजून ते नो रिझल्ट फाउंड दाखवतोय.
Leave it as a our requirement. Let's understand now how to make use of data factory. How to make use of data factory and
हाँ.
perform data extraction activities from Azure SQL server, Azure SQL database to pool.
प्रेझेंट नाव.
We can do the reverse way as well. Mostly SQL pool warehouse would be the common target, preferred target for data load.
एंटायर विंडो करू. एंटायर स्क्रीन करू. 5 मिनट.
Yes, in the previous class we learned how to create a data factory. Let's repeat once again how to create the data factory resources. Let's repeat it. Then proceed for the basic pipeline activities. Now, let's see. So how to create? Click on create, this one. Click on create. And type there, just click on create resource.
म्यूट करू का नको आणि.
Click on data factory resource.
हाँ ठीक है. हो हो हो.
Click create.
हाँ.
Click on create, this one. Next. Give the resource group or like take an existing resource group, either new or existing resource group. Give the name. Any name is fine. I'll say, for example, ADF resource. Do some name. Remember, there are two different versions for ADF. There are two different versions for ADF. One is V1, other one V2. For now, only V2 is available. V1 is deprecated. Difference. In V2, we have Spark clusters. V1 does not support Spark clusters. V2 supports Spark clusters. Go to Git configuration, because for working as a team, you require a version control, a common storage environment. Git configuration.
Hello.
Okay, here we
नाही तिथं स्क्रीन तर आता हे झाली ना
Git configure Git late
recording होते ना पण
माहित नाही आता
and create.
खाली येते का लिहून येते
हा मी डॉट इट शेअरिंग युअर स्क्रीन करून हा शेअरिंग युअर स्क्रीन
Observe carefully.
sharing
Review plus create. This one. Click on review plus create. Okay, next. Click on create. If you have DevOps account, then in the Git configuration, you can provide the Azure DevOps account over there. You can specify the details. If not, configure later. Review plus create. Just click on create. Click create like this. Okay, what we are doing now, we are creating a factory. This factory would be the mediator. Factory resource will be the mediator to pick data from Azure SQL database. Okay, to pick the data from Azure SQL database and give it to SQL pool. Remember that. Let's do it carefully. It's simple, straightforward activity. Okay, so here we go. Our requirement. Factory is ready. This is like a valet parking service. Now here we go to Data Factory Studio. Data Factory is ready. The resource is ready. Go to Data Factory Studio. Click on Data Factory Studio. Okay. Next. Here is the first look of the ADF Studio. Into Mocks. Just click on the Into Mocks initially. What's our requirement? To pull data from SQL database, push it to SQL pool. Basic requirement. There are different ways to create these ETL pipelines. Simple method, ingest. See here, there is something called ingest. Click on ingest. We get one copy data tool. I repeat once again, from data factory resource, click on this ADF Studio. Then we get a new tab. What we do here, click on ingest or click on this pipeline, and inside pipeline also you see ingest. For now, to start with basic example, click ingest like this. We'll go for run once. You would like to export the data from SQL database to SQL pool only once. For now, say next. Source type, leave it as it is, and connection, new connection. We can also select source type as Azure SQL database, right? This one. Azure SQL database. Then new connection. You can leave it as type all or give some type. Anyway, I have to provide the connection. New connection. Remember that connection is called linked service. I'll say Azure SQL DB. Linked service this way. I repeat again, connection is called linked service. Next. So we have the connection called linked service. Next step. Our next step. Let's continue here. Our next step. Let's continue. Here, remember, linked service means connection, just the connection part. Provide some name and subscription. In your subscription, you will see your subscription, it would be a free subscription. In your case, it will be a free subscription. And server name. Provide whatever server name you see in the drop down. And the database name. Specify the server name, database name. Give username. Azure SQL Server username and password. Last week, when we configured the Azure SQL database, at that time, you specified one password, one admin login name and password. So you can use. Okay, next.
Hello.
With this information, connection success, take create. Remember, it is called linked service. Okay, it's called linked service. Remember. Next. Specify the source. Called customers, In your case, you'll see only 4 tables: customers and sales and time, products. Total 4 tables you see. In your case, it will be only 4 tables. You may just search underscore data. Select some tables. You may take any tables of your choice, say next. That collection of tables is called data set. Hope you are writing your observation notes as usual. Earlier we have linked service. Now it is data set. Remember that. Destination. What is destination? Remember the other day we created SQL pool, right? You remember that? SQL pool.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But it won't work here. If I say pool, I don't really get correct information. If I say warehouse also, I don't really get correct drop down. What's the other name for SQL pool or SQL warehouse? What's the other name?
Synapse.
Exactly. Then we get the required connection type. Type their synapse. Type their synapse. Select synapse analytics. Then new connection. Are we clear now? There we say SQL pool. Here we say connection. Synapse. Are we getting it?
Yes, sir.
There means? There means where? There means where? Where we have to say SQL pool?
Source.
SQL sir. No, not source. Server, SQL server. Instead SQL server, it will say SQL pool, right? Isn't it? Remember this?
Secreted pool.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that SQL pool in SQL server is taken as synapse in data pack. Are we getting it? Please.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
New connection. I'll say Azure Synapse SQL pool linked service. Give some name. We are going to reuse this connection throughout our classes. Give some meaningful name. Here you see something called IR, integration runtime. Just remember this term for tomorrow's class. There's something called IR, integration runtime. Just remember this. It is responsible to establish the connection. The service actually, the Azure service, to establish connection. Provide the server name. Provide the server name. Next. Database. Here database means SQL pool. Okay. SQL pool is nothing but Synapse database. Okay, remember Synapse database, SQL pool, they're all one and the same. Next. With this information, give the username. Give the username. Password. Give the password like this. Give the password. Here it is. test connection. Click create, just click create like this. Okay, next. With this information, let the tables get created automatically. It's auto create. Later we will see how to append the data, how to perform incremental loads and all. For now, just have the auto creation. This collection of tables is called, come on friends, hope you are writing your observation notes.
Data set.
Data set.
Data set.
Yes, friends, we call it as data set. Yes. Here we go. With this information, our requirement. Thank you, this has been responsive. Let's continue. Where we are now, got linked service ready, data set ready, right? Both are ready. Let's observe carefully here. With this information, whatever tables you select, okay. Now, for example, time data is missing, right? So what I'll do, I'll go back. Okay, I'll go previous is back and select whatever is required. For example, I have something called time data. Okay, just make sure you select the required tables. Next, data set is ready. Remember, data set means here collection of tables, because later we are going to reuse them. We are going to share them with our team members. So remember, data set means here collection of tables. Let's continue. Thank you, it has been responsive to my questions. Observe carefully. Next, please observe carefully. I could see Piatin is asking questions about DevOps and all. We are not revising, we are learning. Let's type our questions carefully. Let's involve. Are we answering the questions? Then we can get correct answers there. Please select the required tables. Get all the mappings carefully. Here, triple R. We know triple R, right? In case 90%, I believe we know triple R. Rename, remove, rearrange. Okay, there triple R, here also triple R. Remember that. I mean, copy data tool can do 3 transformations, nothing else. Triple R transformation. Rename. Yes, we can rename a column. Please write your observation notes carefully. We'll get correct, timely questions in a nice way. Observe carefully. I need your support now. You need the support next. First R, it is rename. Second R, remove. Yes, we can remove a column. Select, delete. Third, we can rearrange. This column, this small hander is there, right? You see the small hander here. We can rearrange. Are we getting it now, everyone? Please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you remove?
The last step is
Remove, rename, and rearrange. Okay. 3 different transformations. That's it. Nothing else. But in our curriculum, you see a lot of other transformations. Join, pivot, aggregations, group by, etc. What about them? Next, for questions after some time. Next, and continue. If you remember last class note, you got these keywords with you. Do you remember these keywords? I was writing in the last class notes. .SQL file.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Data uploading type.
Exactly. Copy methods we call. We practice copy command. Today we are going to practice bulk insert. Tomorrow we are going to practice polybase and other activities one by one. Objectives for merge incremental. Cancel. I understand we are very new. Let's concentrate carefully. Let's concentrate. What we do? You got your data factory resource. You created the resource, only one input, data factory name. That's it. Once we create it, click command pen. What next? What next? This one, right?
Yes,
2D.
yeah.
Let's stay tuned. Okay, please write your observation notes so that you can verify it now. Please, let's stay tuned. We are learning it. We are not, doing any kind of integration. Just learning it. Just started. Let's stay tuned. Let's continue. What next? Click on ingest. You get a basic pipeline. No. In on-premise, we have import export wizard. You are aware of it, everyone? Import export wizard.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Everyone now. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
ETL, right? That is it. Then what about transformation? I said only triple transformations there. What about other transformations? In our next classes, we need to understand something called as joins and rank and conditional split and pivot and other transformations. What about them? Yes, for that we have transformed. For today, basic example ingest. And please control your right, please. Run once. For now, it is run once. We created the linked service already, so we can use it. Are we getting the concept now, everyone?
Yes. Yes.
And
Select your requirement.
yeah, select the required tables. Customer, and for example, product, sales, and something else called type. Next. We can apply filter like only recent rows, only active rows, something like that. For now, we are very new to the environment, right? We are still learning it slowly, nice interest. So let's not deviate. Let's say next. We'll take filter. You have to take, in fact, something called parameterized filter. Later classes, by the time we step into our next level activities, we need to understand something called parameterized filter. There our expression of queries looks like something like this. Revise where condition in transact SQL. Please revise where condition in transact SQL. Where keyword. Better for our next classes. Destination, this one, right? Synapse SQL code. Source is ready. Destination ready. Are we clear so far till now, please? I'll wait.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, let's continue. Others, are we clear so far? Others, please. Others, mic with everyone. Well, let's say next. Others, some attendees, no response, please. Your mics may get disabled automatically if you don't respond, please. Let's put that way. I need to understand, right? How much we understood. That's important, please. You ask me something, you have to respond. I ask you something, you have to respond, please. Others, are we clear so far? Please, I'll wait.
Yes.
Others?
Yes. Yes.
Ravi, do you hear me? Ravi, please take your mic, please. Ravi, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you. Ramesh, please take your mic. Ramesh, please. Ramesh, please take your. Fine. And Sadasivajit, please take your mic. Sadasiv, Sundar, please take your mic, please.
Yeah, fine.
Please respond. Please respond to the first attempt. Please. It will save our time. We can continue more. Please, everyone. Let's continue. Here, what we do? Number one, ID. We can read it. We can read it. Or, for example, what else we can do? Come on, please. What else we can do? Yes, here we go. Attendees who join bit late, please retake your mics. I will unmute them manually. Attendees who join bit late, please recheck your mics. I have to do the exercise manually. Attendees who join bit late, please recheck your mics. Let's continue. So here we go. Our requirement, rename or over the mouse, delete means remove, or what other one? Rearrange, right?
Rearrange.
Just scroll it up. Title goes up like. Then what we did? Yes, we understood few basic transformations. Now say next. Okay, observe here. Before we say next, once more. What is it we are doing now? Next screen, please. I said bulk insert, right? For bulk insert, Deeptikanta Mishra, please control your mic. I control from my end. I controlled it anyway. Please take care of it next time. For bulk insert, remember, uncheck the box. For bulk insert, remember, we have to uncheck the box. Which box? Let me show you. Not this one actually. I just want to give a sample. Which box you have to uncheck? Let me show you. I'll show you now. Say next. For bulk insert, you have to come back to the screen once again. Remember. Click on bulk insert. Now, what exactly bulk insert means? Just like import export. Just like import export. For bulk insert activity, complete data is loaded as a single transaction. Complete load or nothing at all. That's it. Yes, we are running in a transaction mode. Complete insert or nothing at all. Bulk activity, bulk operation, or simply say bulk transaction per table. It is per table. And it's recommended to log the table. Recommended to log the table for faster ETL activities. If table is not logged, what happens? Your transactions may have exclusive logs on individual rows. It will impact the performance. Locking problems, lock escalations. Better to say yes. Previous example, we got copy command. Now bulk insert, say yes. And earlier we understood DTU, DW. Here it is DIU. Select for example DIU. 8. With this information, what's our requirement now? Yes, source is ready, destination ready, right? Source ready, destination ready. From there, your copy data to EIU. The resource allocator is also ready. That's it, you're done. Well, you see something called DOCP and all, we'll do it. Let's take a simple diagrammatic understanding of what we learned so far in our notes. Yes, firstly you have an Azure account, right? Inside Azure account, we got one server. This is your SQL server. Inside server, you have a database. I'll just do this way. Let's shape our learning carefully with the diagram. Say this is your Azure SQL database. I'll just write this way. Azure SQL DB. And same way, you got one warehouse. Usually warehouse would be of bigger size. Same shape, but bigger size. Shape means same table information. Azure Synapse or SQL pool we call. Next. And additionally, we have one data factory resource separately. Right, something like this. I'll just mention this way. We go beyond the lines of your SQL server, like this. Well, here we go. This is your data factory, ADF. Now, very, very important item. Just mention this way. You see some Azure SQL database, right? Come on, do you remember which service is required to establish connections? Do you remember that?
Linked service.
Which service is required to create the linked service? Do you remember? I'll put my question this way. Which service?
Data pipeline.
No. Which service is required to establish a linked service?
Integration runtime.
Exactly. Others, why?
Integration runtime.
Others, why we are not able to answer? Just you answer to yourself, okay? You may write down your own answer in your footnote. I'll continue. IR, integration runtime. Where it is? Yes, here we go. Integration runtime is required, internal part to establish the connection. Either can, because that is the actual source of information for tomorrow's class. It's all about terminology, nothing else. So here it is. I'll edit the text. This is self-hosted IR. Remember, I just write this one as self-hosted IR. Same way here also. I'll just quickly insert one text box and write here self-hosted IR. I think it's not coming up. I'll just put this way. So I'll simply click on the text box. I think I can do this. Self-hosted IR. Okay, we call it as IR, means integration runtime. Remember. Okay, we call it as integration runtime. Simple and straight. Neat concept. Auto resolving IR, we call it. We'll talk about self-posted separate. So auto resolving IR. Here also we call it as auto resolving IR. Back to our data factory. Yes, your DIUs are ready. Before I proceed, let me show you something. Go to Data Factory Studio. Yes, we can have multiple studio windows ready. Let's go to the Data Factory Studio. What I said just now, auto resolving IR, right? Let me show you. Left side windows, you see 4 buttons. We call them HUB hub. Okay, these are called hubs. Home hub, other hub, monitor hub, manage hub. Go to manage hub, integration runtimes, and this is the one I'm talking about. Auto resolving integration runtime. It should be running. By default, it keeps running. Only then we can create the linked service. How many we created? 2 linked services. Both linked services are using the so-called auto resolving IR. Okay, so this is one linked service. Where it is registered? Yes, the linked service will be registered here, this one. Connecting to a particular source and then getting one linked service. Remember. So whenever I remove the ATF, the linked service will also get removed. I mean, the connection information will be removed. So this is one link. Same way, another link. And what else? Yes, our data would be in this way. Our data would be exchanged in this way, like this. For example, something like this. Data is exchanged in this way. Two arrow marks, meaning getting it, friends, everyone. I'll wait.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
He was
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Copy parallelism. Back. If you remember older classes, you have something called as, in the theory part I was mentioning, something called DOP. Means, come on, do you remember?
Degree of parallelism.
Exactly, degree of parallelism. That is for writing operations. How many rows you can write into a distribution at a time? How many number of rows we can write into a distribution at a time? I'll give you the actual definitions anyway. Let's understand it carefully. This is DOC. Left side DOP, sorry, right side DOP, and this is DOC. Observe carefully now. Well, what we are doing now? Using auto resolving IR, you got one linked service. Using another auto resolving IR for synapse SQL, you got another linked service. So here we are extracting the data. Extract data. Here we are doing load of data. Now, who is going to control this DOCP? Who is going to perform this operation? Yes. The entire operations are performed by using DIU. Here it is. The entire activity, this complete activity, this entire activity, it is actually performed by using something called as DIU, remember. Okay, here it is. This entire box is there, right? This entire box is taken as DIU, a controller, the brain work. Let's continue. So what are the technical terms we're learning now so far? Something called auto-resolving IR, something else called linked service, and something else called EOC. Here, when working with linked service, remember the reusable component, and we can edit its configuration. We'll do one by one. For now, you got some black box information now, everyone. Hope you got some idea.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please,
Yes, sir.
everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Because we can go for questions accordingly, right? Nice questions accordingly we can consider. No worries about logging, staging, polybase. We'll do one by one. Just give me one more example time. Just one more example time. By tomorrow we'll get justification for all the options. For now, bulk insert. Thought of going back, but we'll do it tomorrow anyway. Time is also important. Extract load today. Right? Directly loading, no transformation, just small rename or remove or rearrange. Yes, tomorrow we'll go for transformations. You require something called stage in between. Next, this creates a pipeline. Create something called data set. Create something called as data set, remember. Now, here it is. This creates something called as a data set, remember. Data set means what?
Collection of
Exactly. Collection of tables involved in
tables.
pipeline, isn't it?
Sir.
A collection of tables involved in pipeline. That is called data set. Now, yes, your pipeline is ready. Right? Your pipeline is ready. Got created. Next, our requirement. Say finish or go to monitor. What is monitor? Third hub, third button. Okay, monitor. Click on monitor. To click on monitor, it took about 47 seconds for the pipeline to execute. Come on, how do you verify this data load? Yes, one way is go to SSMS, right click, new query. Getting it now, everyone. Right click, new query, SQL. Select from. Yes, you can do any
Tables.
verify those 4 tables, right? I gave some task items the other day. You remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One of the answers. Is one of the answers. We need to touch base with the remaining question answers also in our journey. And you may also say select the count of whatever table, just for example. Data is ready. Right? From 45,000. Yes, sir. Information has been loaded successfully. This is one way. Other way. Where we are right now? Monitor, right? Click on the pipeline. Click on the pipeline. And you see one activity. For for each activity automatically available in the pipeline. And here you will see time, sale, product, and 4 tables are there, right? All those 4 tables, source and destination. Given a particular table, click on detail. For example, here you see a table, a customer data. Go to customer data, click the spectacle symbol. Click on the spectacle symbol. Source to destination. Come on, why the region is saved here? Why it is saved? What makes it to be saved?
When we are creating the resource, we have created.
Well, 2 linked services are sourcing from the same Azure SQL server, right? You remember the diagram? Getting it now, everyone? Single Azure SQL
Yes, sir.
server, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I want you to practice in a different. I want you to create. Of course, you do this practice as it is, then you do one more. Create 2 Azure SQL servers in 2 different regions. One will go database, other one will go for SQL. Size of hand. Are we getting it, everyone? Please, hope you will do.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You are done. Same concept, different. Here you see number of the 1000 rows are there, it seems in customer. Verify it. The 1001 rows are there right? In customer data. Verify how back over SSMS, customer data table, and here is the account in your backend and the account in your ETL should match. Please check the line. Where we are now, once again, we started slowly with home page in just. From there we learned how to work with pipeline creation and finally monitor. Click on the pipeline and we are able to see all tables. Okay. The practice is basic information here. Here is your notes. How to load data from an Azure SQL database to Azure SQL pool. How to do that? Let's see. For our easy understanding, I'll take the diagram. Just for easy understanding, I'll take the diagram. Please give me a few minutes time. I'll make sure the notes is clear and straightforward. I want you to first practice on your observation notes. If it is really required, then only refer to this class notes. Practice from your observation notes. From diagram, we should be able to practice. If it is really required, then only practice on this transcript. Diagram is not helping, your running notes is not helping, the transcript is not helping, then screenshot. Do this same from today. We need to understand where we are. See, let's continue. So here are the implementation requirements. Requirement ready, now implementation. I'll say step number 1. Launch FSMS. Just a continuity of the earlier class. Launch SSMS and connect your Azure SQL database and run the event.sql. This creates source tables. How many? 4 source tables. Okay. Say 4 source tables. I'll just mention. Next, verify that it is running. Remember the other day we actually paused the pool, right? You remember? Remember the other day, last finance
Yes,
I actually paused it.
Yes, sir.
So the example you pause it. Before the example, make sure it is on. Next. Make sure it is running fine. If needed, ratio, okay, ratio from Azure portal. The step number 1 is the continuation of your earlier example. Next. Step number 2. Go to Azure portal. Then all resources plus create new resource. Search for data factory. Then specify a name and git configure later. If you have DevOps account, you may use it, up to you. But we are not into DevOps here. Concentrate on DP2O3, core engineering activities. Next, we are looking for DevOps, a 1 month journey separately. But we need all these basics beforehand. Give configure later. Then review plus create and say create. Next. Once we create, what else? Step number 3. From Azure Data Factory resource, what we do? From Azure Data Factory resource, I just have all this information ready. Launch ADF Studio. Home page, click on ingest. Right? Home page. Where is home page? Left side. This one. Home page on the left side, right? This one. Home page, then ingest. This one. Click ingest. Then we see one copy data tool. This is a wizard. One wizard. Wizard base. Next finish item. Here we go. Pipeline properties name. So specify name and run one. Just write this way. Next screen, data source. Select 4 tables. Think. Auto create tables. Transformations will take them separate. Setting, bulk insert. Table is locked and data load is a transaction, right? Complete or nothing. Validate and publish. Auto trigger. Here one more thing. Set DIU and DOCP. Just set them. We'll see the purpose. Next example anyway. I just mention this way. Specify name and run one. Publish and trigger. This is step 3. This is the main step for your practice. Once done, we'll talk about edits and all later. Here we go. Step number 4. Step number 4. To verify the pipeline. Option 1 from ADF Studio, left side, 4th button, third button. What is that? Monitor. click on pipeline and we see a list of run IDs. Remember, back, go to monitor, left side monitor, click on this monitor pipeline. We see something called run ID. We are almost done. I understand. Few attendees are about to leave to office. I understand. Almost done. 30 seconds. Run ID. Each table has its own run ID. Independent. So, independent transaction. List of run ID. One for each source table. Are we clear now? I'll wait.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. From SSMS, connect to SQL pool and run the SQL statements to verify the row count and or data. So for today, make sure you practice all the items carefully and ensure you stop the Azure SQL pool. The very, very common issue I generally see. Few participants like me who are very, very new to ADF, we tend to, oh, done, let me have a cup of coffee, close, relax. Please ensure SQL pool is stopped. This is important. Otherwise, what happens? Say per hour, right? Microsoft becomes rich. Please understand. Well, with this information, this is a complete synopsis. We stop for today, meeting tomorrow. Any questions, let me know. Let me know. I'll wait. In the meantime, I'll compose a mail to send you all this updated content.
Sorry, just one question. You said,
Yes.
you mentioned in the SQL pool, it's a data warehouse, right? And it's for aggregated information. So in this example, we have loaded it straight table to table.
Exactly.
So what is the advantage of doing that?
To understand the next example. That's the actual advantage.
Okay.
Really, we are very new, right? See, what the advantage of a kid getting crawling? How to know how we train the kid, right? How to crawl? What the advantage? To easily understand how to make work.
Yeah, I'm not asking general. In general sense, like, is there a scenario where we would anyways need like the same table?
We require upcoming examples. Upset is there. Upset incremental
Okay.
loads. Okay, because you don't want to load, you don't want to stay the data, you don't want to make your data stay in OLTP forever. You can maintain a warehouse separate, a replica warehouse, we call it.
Okay.
The SQL pool is not really always mandated to have aggregated data. You can have regular data as well, and aggregation can be done in OLTP. You got the point now? OLTP is there for aggregation. Okay. Your customer says, no, I want only my tabular mode OLTP. My engineers are proficient in tabular mode. Then yes, you load the data as is into SQL pool.
Sir, can you please explain in simple terms the relation between IR and link service?
Sure, simple. What's the difference between an SQL server service and SQL server? What's the difference? You got my question? Difference between an SQL server service and SQL server. What's the difference? The same thing. If service is running, then only server can be connected, right? Service is communication path between operating system and SQL, like a main gate, just like a main gate. Same thing here. Linked service is responsible to establish connections and create. IR is responsible to establish connections by creating. IR controls linked service. Just like a service, a regular local service controls SQL server. Same way, IR service is used to create and control the linked service. That's the meaning. I repeat again, IR is a service. Other one is linked service. Next class, 4th chapter, you will see this diagram. From one IR, we will be understanding how to create multiple linked services. From one linked service, how to create multiple data sets and proceed for the file. Are you getting it now? The very next chapter, 4th chapter, we are going to understand. Very next slide. I repeat again, one IR used for multiple linked services. Purpose of IR, establish connection, do authorization, all validations. The concept. Next question, please.
And in previous, you mentioned that you have to provide the server name and database name for the SQL data, right, in the linked services.
Yeah, whatever database and warehouse you created in the earlier classes last week, those details you have to provide. Correct.
But you mentioned you can give any database server name or database name.
Any valid server name or database name, whatever you have to provide. Anything, any valid. It should be connection should be successful, right? So whatever name you provide at the time of creating your server, any name, that information you have to provide. Okay. Yep.
There's one question. How do we set the number of DIUs for the
You will
pipeline?
see. We will see. Give me another 5 to 6 examples time.
Okay.
There are certain recommendations from Microsoft actually. We'll do them. There is one particular topic we'll be understanding something called as optimizations. When we talk about SEO optimizations, we'll understand certain Microsoft recommendations actually. So Microsoft gave particular recommendations for DIUs and other information. Number 14 we'll talk about. We are right now number 4. We'll do one by one. Give me something. Next question.
One question here. So the destination for our example was the SQL pool, right? It's the same SQL pool where we have done the partition and distribution.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yes, you are right.
So it might come in the future, but I never saw where to set up the partition and distribution while loading.
We'll see. The same notes we'll see one by one. We'll do there is something called ADF. Okay, in ADF we are going to understand optimizations. There comes the concept of partitions. It's not possible in the copy data tool. It's possible only through, I said limited, right? I said limited, like import export. The other option called data flow. This one, transformations. Here we can partitions, distributions, everything.
And there was one thing like DOP. Similarly, you like degree of parallelism. So I think I missed it, but you mentioned DOCP or DCOP. So what was that? Did we
I
discuss
said
about
tomorrow's class. I said clear
Okay,
tomorrow's class. I said please get them ready for tomorrow's class. We need to understand. I was telling. Please.
Okay.
The diagram is waiting for us. We'll do.
Sorry, a quick question regarding the account. If our company has this Azure, available portal, then do we request for like test accounts to try out all these features, or are there no test accounts that we can work with?
Most of the companies usually have sandbox accounts. I mean test accounts.
Okay.
Just can give it try to your manager. Tell them like sandbox. Do you have any sandbox account? Usually have.
And in that we can try all these examples.
Exactly. Yeah. But again, it depends from company to company. But usually we have.
Okay.
Just ask them for the sandbox account if possible. Got the mail, everyone? Please confirm. I'll wait. Have you received the mail, everyone? Please confirm.
Yes,
I'll wait.
In monitoring, can we check the count of rows also copied successfully or not?
I I think I was showing you today 1001. Remember I was showing it today. Yes, we can do. The small Swachh Bharat symbol is there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. We can use the row count also. Yeah. I was showing it today.
Got your mail, sir.
Yeah, I'm showing it today. I think I take a screenshot. Yeah, it does. Vijay, here it is. This one. Row set is there. This one.
I might be noting down this.
But yeah, yes, you'll get it automatically. But here it is. Got it now?
Yeah.
This one. 1001.
Yeah. Source and destination. Yes.
Exact. Yes.
Can we also know the degree of parallelism applied for each database inserts that they're taking, like between the tables?
Yeah, we can get it. But not from this monitoring part, but from something else called as, like there is something called logging. Do you remember? I was showing you a few minutes back called LOG logging.
Yes.
I said.
Yes.
Settings.
We didn't
Settings
select
or something called, yeah. We didn't select it today. But yes, we'll do. In logging, we can easily get the TOP, TOCP, max TOP, everything we can. Settings.
One more question. Sorry, one more question, please. So in SQL Server, if multiple collections are loading the data to the same database, there is some performance issues we get, right? Frequently. So in this case, because of the degree of parallelism that is applied, we don't get those issues with Azure SQL.
We may get a few other issues pertaining to partitions and distributions. We need to address them. Partition, distribution issues. Partition may be slow, distribution may be slow. We need to address it as well. Got it now. DOCP is mainly for faster access. But what about faster writes? The partition, distribution issues we have to address next. Okay. There are 14 optimization techniques we need to learn in our journey this week and next week. 14 different optimization techniques. Yeah, Sadaशिव, please tell me your question. Proceed. There's no questions. Thank you.
I don't know whether I should be asking this, but typically I was thinking, assume that SQL Server was in one premises. So still ADF.
I got your question. Come on. Next 6th chapter on the screen. 6th chapter on premise to Azure SQL. We'll do. Next up, I request you to just go to the curriculum. It is showing you. Easy for us. What is coming up next? We are going to do it. Okay. The website, same website curriculum. But anyway, just as you asked me, here it is. We can do. And I said today IR, right? We have to install one IR also for it. Separate. I think it's some of you. We have to install the IR. Yeah, we'll do. Tomorrow agenda. Tomorrow's example. 5 and 6 we'll do. We'll do one by one.
Sir, I have.
Install one IR. Next question, please.
Sir, for me, when I open a new query for the Azure pool, it gives me like it says the following sentences are not supported by the database that I find.
Syntax you are executing. I didn't understand. Which statement?
Oh no! You as soon as you click on new query, sir, for SQL pool, it says following settings are not supported, like set transaction isolation level, read committed, and set query
No
cover.
problem. That is because of your SSMS. Update your SSMS to 2022. Update your SSMS 2022 version. That is number 19.
Okay.
Yes.
So one question.
Sir,
Right.
Sai,
just confirm.
please wait. Sai, please wait. Please. Priyanka, please tell me, sister. Proceed. Yeah.
Sir, one more. When I did select star from sys.files, it said the catalog views is not supported in this version. Is it again the SSMS?
No. It's correct only. Any version, same error. It won't work. Sys files will not work.
Oh.
Sys files is not supported in SQL pool. It is supported in SQL database, but not in SQL pool. Not supported.
So
So
how
you
many?
can mix an SPL DB. It works.
So I can ask.
Please tell me, proceed please.
So we connected with Azure SQL database in this example, right? But can we do the same thing with direct on-prem database, or do we need to compulsory migrate it to Azure database?
Same question was asked by the other participant 3.5 minutes back, and I'm showing the same information on tomorrow's example was mentioned. It was a question and the answer.
Sir, I have another question. Sir.
Let me complete my expression to myself. Please wait. Tell me. Complete. Really, you don't understand, right? Anyway, expression means I have to. Anyway, let's continue. No problem. Continue. Next question, please.
Sir, is there no actual execution plan when you use the SQL pool?
There is execution process, but we cannot really see it. Microsoft is not ready to expose the internal details, like table scan, index seek, cost, IO cost, and all.
But
We don't have-
for database, you get the.
Yeah, database we get it. Yeah, but SQL pool is something different. We are not able to see the internal execution plan. As of this, yeah, we cannot get it. Even through other tools, also I tried like SSMS, ADF Studio, and SQLite Studio. I tried, but nowhere we have the option of execution plans. Yes.
Sir, when you force join, like the merge joins or something, like it was doing a shuffle and then doing a join. I don't know, like when I saw the estimated execution plan.
You're talking about regular database, right? Not the pool, isn't it?
No, on the pool, sir.
On the pool? On the pool? No, it don't shuffle actually. Please recheck it again. Don't shuffle.
Oh,
But remember, whenever you are going for one thing system, whenever you are going for join options, especially merge and loop, there should be a clustered index on the table. Then only we can play with join options, either merge or loop. That's what Microsoft says. Without clustered index, you directly use merge. No, we can't expect it to be possible. There should be a clustered index. Then only do merge or loop. Then we win the match. It's important. Please recheck once again. Let me know by tomorrow.
yeah, sure, sir.
Yep. Got the mail, everyone? Please confirm. Everyone, please check it. Got the mail, everyone? Please check it, friends. I'll wait.
Yes, sir. I got the email.
Sir,
Others, please check it, friends. Tell me.
sir, if you do select star from sys.databases, it would give all the even the SQL pools, right?
Give it a try. It should.
I
Give it a try.
created only one pool, sir, so it was giving me only that one. So I wanted to know if it would give one.
All. Obviously, we know. It will give list of all database and warehouses. Everything.
Sir, and the SQL pools are always in simple recovery mode.
Always. Because they are warehouses, right? And you don't want to overload the log, all data. But it's not log file cost has to be managed.
Yes.
It is always simple recovery. It has to be okay, and we cannot change it. Give it a try. We cannot change it.
Sir, can we like pause the SQL pool from a script?
Answer is yes, but you require PowerShell script. Transact SQL script is not there. PowerShell script is there. We can automate it. In our Azure BI course, we will understand how to automate it. We can do. There is something called web activity. Something called web activity, SSIS and ADF, or something called web activity. From there we can do .NET script, PowerShell script. Either of them your teams.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
Fine.
Sir, which this table did you say that I could find the sys file for the SQL pool?
SP help DB.
SPL.
Give a try. It works. If not, let me know. I'll send you the script on mail. Give a try.
Sure.
Others, any more questions? Please, I wait.
So the check constraints gives a parsing error, right? If you try to use that constraint on SQL full.
Yes, you're right. Yes. Use a parsing error. Compression will not work. Correct.
Yes. I think that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Others, any more questions, please? I'll wait. Oh, 8:30, 8:25. Fine, friends. See you tomorrow. Please complete your practice. Let's get ready for the next activity tomorrow. Few installations called self-hosted IR. We'll do slowly one by one. Please practice. Complete all the notes as is. Thank you, friends. Meeting tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you.